Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakodash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. Back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, concerning where we're going, being that we inherited lies, half truth, whole lies. A lot of our people still think that literally, when we either perish from, off of this earth, or whether the Lord comes back, that we're all going to be up in heaven, on clouds, and, things like that. And then we can get into the idolatry with the little angel babies and their harps and things like that. All idolatry, all lies, man. But we'll comb through the scriptures real briefly, and we'll see, is that what the Lord said. So this is Micah 4 and verse 1. But in the last days, and we are in the last days, man, it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh by Shem Shai shall be established in the top of the mountains, man. And we're seeing the beginning stages of that. We'll see the full manifestation when Yahweh Shai comes, and every knee shall bow, and every mouth shall confess that Malak Yahweh Shai is in fact king, man. All right. But right now, you're seeing it via the Lord's hopeful elect, via those men that the Lord set up to, not hide that light under a bushel. But that's why the Lord has, brothers out on our highways and byways, and the internet highways and byways, because he's ushering in, this kingdom. All right. And this is a phase, if you will, of it. The prophets prophesying, this is the peculiarness of our nation. This is the peculiarness of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, for him to have men that actually can see into the future. All right. That's a form of spiritual power, being able to prophesy, understand prophecy. And guess what? Even to receive it, man. If you can receive it, if you're not a teacher, you're not a prophet, but if you can receive the prophecies, guess what, man? That's a form of spiritual power. That means the Lord is dealing with you, man. All right. And it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it, and many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, and to the house of God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. You see, when the Lord makes his return, he's going to be king over all nations, not just the nation of Israel. All the nations are going to follow the way that we do things. And if they cut up, see, that's how we know, aside from the Israelites, there's not going to be perfection as far as the other nations are going to be concerned. They're going to have to, quote unquote, learn our ways. And if they don't, there's going to be judgments handed out. And guess who's going to be doing that judgments? The Lord's hopeful elect. If Yahweh Shai chooses to do anything, then he will. But make no mistake about it, the Lord don't have to lift a finger. That's what we're for. That's what we'll and guess what? We'll just delegate as well. Because guess what? In that day, we'll have those new bodies. We'll have that perfection. We'll have that dominion, that power to do whatever we want, really, in righteousness, man. But make no mistake about it, the Hebrew Israelites will be at the top under Yahweh Shai, King David, and every brother in their respective order. All right. And then there's going to be the other nations. And of course, there's Esau Edom. He's going to be in great servitude and great captivity, man, as well as the other nations. They're going to be under subjection. And if you showed your ass, or had us in captivity, or fed us to any type of animal, or hung from any type of tree, or ran over, whatever, you're going to be in dire straits and Jacob trouble. You Moabites, you Ishmaelites, whoever, whatever nation that you from, if you dealt treacherously with us, we're going to deal treacherously with you. Hey, guess what? The Lord may have had a spirit on some of these other nations to, deal decently with us. And guess what? We're going to remember that through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai. So your captivity, if you will, won't be as intense as the Edomites or some of the other people of your nation. But make no mistake about it, we're not going to be equal in the kingdom. The Israelites, that 1/3, they're going to be above the rest of these nations, man. Make no mistake about it. All right, even within our own nation, the 1/3 versus the rest of the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, there's going to be a difference. The Lord is going to set a difference between, the ones that He chose to serve Him now and versus everyone else when they're back in the kingdom, reborn. All right, but the whole point is that the Lord is actually coming to this earth, this realm, and establishing the kingdom here. All right, and He's going to have, a council, governments, and we want to be a part of that. That's what we're fighting for. That's what you hear. That's what you see, is us fighting to be a part of the Lord's council for all eternity, man. All right, and that's not a light thing to desire. All right, then Jacob in the word, okay, we'll go to verse 3. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. So all that war that Esau been doing, they finna be the ones in the field and all that old shit. See, the Lord blessed them with that sword, but now things are finna change, man. So there's gonna be no more of that war stuff going on. You're gonna be in the field, man. All right, and their spears and their pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore, because this is it, man. The Lord say this is going to be a time, Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation, like the earth has never seen before, and it's not going to be that way again. So this is it, man. This is it, man. We got to prepare, because it's finna go down. The Lord is not a man that He shall lie. It's finna get crazy. If this is the end of His story and the beginning of a new one, the Lord finna go all out, man, with showing His hand, man. Everybody has been waiting on this, man, the end of the world, and Lord willing, we are really here. This is exciting times, man. It really is, man. But it's getting ready to go down, man. All right, let's go to the book of Jeremiah and check this out. Where is it? Jeremiah 16 and verse 19. All right, and it reads, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. So, the Lord is going to be our strength, our fortress, and our refuge in the day of affliction, which is this time called Jacob's trouble, which is the great tribulation. The Gentile shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth. That's both the people who think, that they're not Israelites, confused in the face, that have been scattered, but also the actual Gentiles, man, shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, man. That's what I always say, man. That's the Spirit. I didn't even realize it said that here. I said we inherited lies through the Spirit, man. That's why we don't know, except, this remnant. They don't know how to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. They don't really receive that they're Israelites and what they really mean, man. They don't know how to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It means nothing because they inherited lies. They were taught that the Lord is somebody to play with, that He's just all love, man, and that He doesn't, cause evil. They'll give that glory to the devil, and they think that the devil is some horned man with a pitchfork and things like that. Lies, lies, lies. Even going back to the idolatry of the little angel babies, man, with wings and harps and things like that. That's what we were taught. The image that's supposed to be Yahweh Shai being a so-called white man, inheriting these lies. I can raise my hand and testify. You best believe your bottom dollar. That's how I grew up. That's the image that I seen in my grandmama house, my mama house, that big old Bible that got dust on it, the decorative one, that sat under the table. It had a picture of a so-called white man, with blue eyes, I think, man, or brown or blue eyes, that's what I thought the Lord looked like. I am, humble enough to admit that, and I can say today that was wrong. We inherited lies, man. That's an idol. That's not how the Lord looked when He was upon the earth, and it damn sure ain't how the Lord look now in His full glory. All right. But again, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit, man. And again, that goes with the people of our nation who are in that Gentile mindset, and it goes for the actual Gentiles that want to worship Buddha and that Muslim shit and whatever else they're into, or even the spirit of an atheist I was speaking on the other day. That's lies. It's not going to profit nothing, and they're going to see that during Jacob's trouble, man, during the day of affliction. They're going to say, you know what, Christianity didn't do nothing. Matter of fact, these folks folk done stole all our money the entire time. That's all they've been doing is tap dancing up in these synagogues and taking our money. The people are going to realize that, and they're going to be like, oh man, we inherited lies, man. We were wrong. We were wrong. But guess what? For you 2/3 of the nation of Israel, in that day of affliction, it will be too late for you to repent. It will be too late for you to call upon Yahweh Bahashem and Hawashai. Don't shoot the messengers. All right. We're just giving you the message, man. There is a time limit on this thing, man. You're not going to always be able to call upon the Lord. That's why the Lord has us out here. That's why he has us lifting up our voice like a trumpet, being consistent, being fervent, even coming in a rude speech so that we've done it all. We spoke very softly to our people. We do these lessons very softly. And then sometimes we got to get very, very aggressive. But you can't say that all areas weren't covered through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Hoshai on what you Israelites needed to do and not to do to attain salvation. All right. Verse 20, shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are not gods? Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know. I will cause them to know mine hand and my right, and my might, and they shall know that my name is Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. They're going to know what time it is during Jacob's trouble, just like we tell via these scriptures. Hey, you guys are going to know that a prophet had been among you once you see calamities happen, once when you're fired from your damn job and AI done took over, when your ass is hungry and your children are hungry and your wife is hungry and they're all talking shit. All right. When they're breaking in your house, man. All right, all these things when the Lord is shaking the earth, when he's bringing a strong wind upon the earth to the point where your house is gone now. All these things are going to be the pestilences. When you're walking around with a disease that we can see, half of your face look like it's burnt off from a so-called sexually transmitted disease, man, that the Lord is going to let, run rampant throughout the earth for all, the sin that takes place upon this guy. Yes, pestilences are going to come back in a major way. Did you not see the historical account of our exodus out of Egypt and the plagues that the Lord sent upon that place? Plague after plague after plague, from frogs to flies to locusts to extreme darkness, all right, to the firstborn of everything in that motherfucker dead. Unalived. All right, that's the power we serve, man. We remember that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Hawashai. 2/3 of the nation of Israel don't, and the rest of these nations don't remember how the Lord got down in ancient Egypt and the rest of these captivities that we were delivered from. We're getting ready. The 1/3 is getting ready to be delivered from this captivity, and guess what the Lord gonna do? Strong hand. How he did it in ancient Egypt, strong hand. There's a lot of stuff, and that's why the scriptures speak about the strangeness of our salvation. We talk about chariots, man. A lot of people think that's like some fantasy thing. Oh yeah, so-called UFO spaceships. Yeah, we're saying that, man. That's the strangeness. That's that strong hand. Seeing so-called black and brown people being beamed up. You know what I mean? And lasers and whatever. And that's just what we can fathom and conceive. In our own mind. The Lord is gonna not. He's gonna get down more than what he allowed us to think and see in these visions and think. When those the chariots, Yahweh himself, is going to blow our mind how he's coming back. That's the strangeness of our salvation, and that's the strong hand that Yahweh is going to deliver, his people with, man, a very mighty hand. But look, man, in order for him, we have to be in those dire straits. So Jacob's trouble is vastly approaching. You hear the rumors of wars. That was in Matthew 24 chapter. I was just talking or just meditating on that, how you don't hear no more my little helpmeet or my little friend or whatever and other family members via social media. My baby mama, her child was supposed to go in the military, right, in the Navy, and the only reason he didn't is because she's lazy. She don't know what she's doing, and there's no man in that house, so they don't really know what the hell they're doing. They're not fooling me. Her excuse was, and how I know that was an excuse, because before they put that shit out via social media, I'm talking about the World War III and whatever Trump had going on a few weeks back. back that had like social media in an uproar where everybody was talking about a draft in a World War III. All right, that ain't nothing but rumors of wars. The Lord said that will happen in Matthew 24 chapter. There's going to be a big world war that's actually going to happen. But what you hear and what you see now is just rumors, man. They just rumors because you don't hear nothing else about it. It kind of died down, didn't it? Social media, you don't hear them talking about, the draft and things like that on a mass scale like they was just a few weeks ago. That's because it's just a rumor. I believe through the Spirit, World War III is gonna come as a thief in the night to those who aren't watching. You ain't gonna be able to say, "Oh yeah, it's finna be World War III via your damn cell phone." Nah, you'll know it's World War III because they're gonna be rocking shit here in Babylon the Great. They might send like 1 million drones over here. That's a good, that's modern warfare. What's going on now? They may not even send boots on the ground and troops and stuff like that. They'll just send drones, and we do know the ultimate outcome, a nuclear war, man. It's gonna be, nuclear warheads being shot from one end of the earth to the other, and predominantly this is the biggest target, man. Babylon the Great, this land of confusion, man, that has the whole earth, in wickedness, man. So this place is gonna be utterly destroyed, man. Not one building is gonna remain. Atlanta, it's over for you. All I told my daddy that's what the Lord revealed unto me when I got delivered out of jail, from Atlanta, man. I told him first thing I got in that car, man, hey, every building in this guy is gonna hit the ground. I didn't say it like that, but hey, that's how I conveyed it, you know and it's all in relation to the Lord destroying this place, New York, all that going down. You know what I mean? All of it's gonna burn to a crisp, man, to dust, man. Thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And we want to make sure, hey, that we got front row seats in righteousness, man. We want to see the story. We just want to make sure that our so-called black and brown behinds are protected, man. And we don't have to deal with the wrath of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And how do we avoid that? Keeping the law. That's what the Lord say, and coming in that obedience, man, that fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, coming in that faith. And we do know that faith is going to produce action. There's action that has to be executed by every individual that has faith. It's not just a silent thing. All right, both man, woman, and child. There's going to be times the Lord is going to, let you show forth your faith, man. And one way that the men are doing it and showing that they have faith in the Lord and are receptive to the Spirit is by prophesying and teaching. All right. But everyone isn't a prophet or a teacher, but you're still going to have to show faith. For you women, that don't have a man, you probably should be showing your faith by praying to the Lord. All right. And helping, giving that cup of water to the prophets, sending tithe to the camps and things like that. Guess what? That's how you show forth faith, without works, man. It don't literally, like, again, because everybody ain't a prophet, but being charitable, bringing the camp some water, man, that's showing forth faith, man. All right, that's showing forth faith. Those are those works. All right, combined with that faith is how we're gonna be able to receive that salvation, man. All right, that's what he talking about. Praying and fasting, man, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. That's something that, unless you're doing it with somebody, you know what I mean? That's something a lot of times you do in the privacy of your dwelling place, and don't tell nobody that you're fasting, man. People don't see it. See, they can see the teaching and things like that, but they don't see when you're praying and fasting to Yahweh Shai, man. Again, faith without works is dead, man. Everyone has different types of work that they do, but it's all, a part of that one body. And guess what? The righteous women, they're part of the body as well. We need those women. We need children to teach these laws, statutes, and commandments to lead by example, man. So Lord willing, we're part of that remnant, and we're getting ready to see this the story unfold completely, man. All right, let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 32, and it reads, "He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord God Yahweh shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end." This is Yahweh Shai's kingdom, man. All right, he's going to be king forever, man, and there's not going to be an end to this kingdom. See, all the rest of these other kingdoms, they came to an end. It came to naught, but Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is telling us, guess what, man? the Lord's Son is getting ready to make his glorious, fearful, dreadful return, man. And it's going to be an everlasting kingdom. And guess what? It's going to be the headquarters, if you will, is going to be established upon this earth. And I do say headquarters because, man, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know, Esau don't know, the other nations don't know. And you can just look up, or you can go in the depths of the sea and see that, hey, man, the Lord got a bound that this man can't cross. They don't know what's out there in them galaxies. You know, they can only see but so far. The Lord is only going to let them get so far. Same thing with what's in that ocean, man. You know, them stories of sea monsters and all that. Hey, man, you best believe there's some truth to that. And we believe that via the scriptures. Leviathan, all right? I'm not gonna get into that in this epistle, but you know, these monsters and big creatures, man, these things are real. Dinosaurs, man, they got them. You come on, man. Come on, man. This is nothing how we living, man. We gotta get up out of here. But the whole point is, Yahushua is getting ready to make his second coming, and he's gonna establish a kingdom that's gonna last for all eternity. And I reiterate that in the book of Daniel. Beloved brother, Daniel 2 and verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. That's the kingdom of heaven, Yasharallah, all right, Israel. It's going to be an everlasting kingdom, and everything else is going to come to naught. You know, Moab, I'm so sick of Moab, because Moab like a radar skater. You know what I mean? I be watching these people, you know what I mean? Like, they like to dance and shit. They're very peculiar people themselves, man. For real, for real. They got their own culture. It's all rooted in idolatry. It's all idolatry, that Buddha stuff and all the customs and things that they do. But I mean, hey, the whole point, because like I don't want to. They drive me crazy. The rest of these nations, man. How they like to take our assault, but still keep their foot on our necks. You know what I mean? They like to take the good things that we do, like the fun and the folly and the dancing and the talking and the dressing, man, but they still look down upon us, is what I'm trying to say, man. You know, so it doesn't matter. The Lord say, it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms. So, you know, all the lands that y'all are at, it's all going to be ours. And then, you know, we'll you know, divide, you know what I mean, these lands and stuff, you know, however we, you know, under Yahushua see fit. But make no mistake about it, man. The kingdom of Israel is gonna be top, man. All right, the nation of Israel, man, Yasharallah, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, is getting ready to come upon this earth, and there's gonna be nothing else but it. All right, and everybody on this earth, whether you're in New York City or whether you think you fucking gonna get away with it because you got some damn tribe ducked off in the Amazon. Don't forget that you think the Lord don't know about them Amazon people are often that don't everybody scared to go, because hey, last time they tried to go like take them folk land, it didn't work out so well for them when Esau tried to take that land from them Amazon people or whatever. You know, man, they got tribes and stuff, man, ducked off in them woods, man. They, you know, and they just, they minding their own business, doing whatever it is they doing. Guess what? Y'all so-called niggas is finna come out them woods, man, and get some of this captivity as well. If y'all ain't no Israelites, yeah. The Lord didn't forget about you ducked off in them woods, or you niggas in these deserts, in these caves and stuff, man. Cause everybody don't live in these, you know, major cities. There's some people, you know, living in very, very rural areas. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I mean? Now you're not skating under the radar either. Everybody's coming out. We're gonna have a head count for every damn body of all these other nations, and you're all going into captivity. Thus saith Yahweh Shema Hawashai, breaking in pieces these damn kingdoms, man. You're gonna break it into pieces, and you don't have no strength, no military power, none of that. All right, for all eternity. Especially Esau Edom, man. All right. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7 and verse 13. Check this out. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with clouds of heaven, Yahweh Shai, man, and came to the Ancient of Days. So, our brother Daniel is having a vision of Yahweh Shai being brought to Yahweh. Okay, Yahweh is the Ancient of Days, man. All right, and they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom. So Daniel is seeing this coronation, if you will, of Yahweh Shai receiving his reward for his work and obedience towards Yahweh, because that was the theme, if you will, of everything that the Lord taught us. It was really obedience. You couldn't have no power over me unless the Father is the one that sent me. He always preached about his Father. Of course, he taught us law, statutes, commandments, behavior, etc., etc. But the whole point was being, hey, be obedient towards Yahweh. You're not greater than me. All right. And sure as hell not, you're sure not greater than Yahweh. So take heed to what I'm saying. But again, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him, man. All right. His dominion is an everlasting kingdom. There's that word again, everlasting. All right. Forever and ever. All right. Dominion which shall not pass away, in his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. This is what Daniel saw in his vision. The Lord gave Daniel a lot of visions, man, and he understood. All right. This is what he saw, man, and this is what we want to be a part of. Guess what? If we play our cards right and do what the Lord told us to do, we'll have a ceremony ourselves, man, and Yahweh Shai himself will give us crowns, man. I can't, man, when brothers come, it's some, oh man, I love the visions that the brother have concerning the kingdom, uh, uh, or seeing Yahweh Shai. One brother, and I mentioned this before, man, one brother mentioned he had a dream or a vision, seeing that coronation ceremony of the hopeful elect, man. But one aspect I want to just bring up is when he was talking about the crowns, man. He was saying how, Yahweh Shai was giving crowns to brothers, and it just appeared. And it floated, for lack of better words, or levitated. It didn't even touch his head. It was levitating on his head, man. And he was saying how his crown looked, if he, like, however you would want your crown to look in its perfection, that's how it looked when Yahweh Shai was presenting these crown to Akim, man. It looked just like how you wanted it to look. And I don't want you brothers to take mine, Lord willing, I'm fighting, Lord willing, I'm making it endure to the end, and I receive, that salvation, that mercy, and I get one of those crowns, Lord willing. But I mentioned, I prayed for this in my spirit, and I'll share again with you brothers, and you take your idea and take it to the heavens, man, on what you can come up with in your head, how you want your crown to be, man. I pray for waterfalls to come out, the jewels of and I'm not talking about like a oil lamp. I'm talking about a literal miniature waterfall coming out of each and every one of the jewels that the Lord put in the crown. Like, you can hear it. If you're quiet enough, you can hear it like a real waterfall, and just hear the water coming out like a little waterfall, like, like Niagara Falls coming out of it. You can see it. You can see the water when it's bouncing on, like how it turns white. You know what I mean? I can't really explain what I can see it in my head, but you brothers see where I'm getting at. All these things are waiting for us. And guess what, Akim? If I can come up with that in my mind, what the Lord said, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, the things that Yahweh Bahashem Hawashai has prepared for those that love him. How do we show love? Being obedient, keeping the law, all right, to the best of our ability, because we're imperfect, and feeding his sheep, if that's what you're meant to do, and we'll be just fine, man. All right, it's easier said than done, because we're in this flesh and we're upon this wicked ass earth, in the midst of this wicked ass kingdom, man. All right, but the Lord did send us that Holy Spirit to guide us, to motivate us, to help pick brothers up when they fall, man. All right, that's an amazing thing, man. And you brothers take that how you want your crown to look, man. You might want fire or something like that, or whatever you can come up with. It may change, man. Who knows? But again, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, Bro, I can think of that. Imagine what the Lord is hiding from us, if you will. You know, what the Lord, you know what I mean? And oh man, I can't wait. Just personally, I can't wait to see the other side of the Lord. Sure, we see remnants of the mercy of the Lord, but we're still not really good because we're still in this flesh. We're dirty. Imagine how the Lord is gonna bless us when we on that level of cleanliness and perfection. If he let people of our nation be rich in our captivity, what in the world is he getting ready to give to the children that he really, really cares about and loves, man? If he let P. Diddy get rich, Rick Ross get rich, let them tell it, 50 Cent especially, or Tyler Perry, all right? All these motherfuckers, man, I can't stand not a one celebrity. I don't care if you an athlete, whatever, because, personally, how you in, what captivity you in, LeBron James? They calling you king around this motherfucker. Nigga, you ain't in no captivity. You living better than some of the captives, buddy. You up there with the captives, man. You ain't in no captivity. So, hey, man, make no mistake about it. These Israelites that have gotten rich and they're not gonna lose it. Sure, you can lose it and give it up, man. But more than likely, what the Lord said about a rich man entering into the kingdom of heaven, yeah, ain't gonna happen. It is what it is. He spoke in parables, but I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you, ain't gonna happen. All right, you're not. You know what I mean. You'll have to be reborn in the kingdom. James, LeBron. All right, but let's see here. But that was the whole point, man. Our brother had saw that vision of Yahushua ruling. Getting that dominion. All right, over all these nations, man. All right, and let's go down to the book of 18. I'm in the book of 18, Daniel 7 and 18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever. Verse 22, until the Ancient of Days came and judgment was given to the saints. And that's us, Lord willing. We're those saints that's going to be participating, if you will, in this kingdom, in this dominion, in this rulership for all eternity, man. We're going to take, the kingdom from these fools, man. All right, we're going to take it by force, man. Yahushua is going to come. See, we're doing it now. We're saying that this is a phase of us taking our kingdom, man. All right, and taking this earth back. And we're going to be able to open up the heavens, man. We'll be able to travel to those planets and see what the Lord really got out there in them galaxies. And we'll be able to see and explore the depths of the seas and see what the Lord really, because that's a whole nother realm under that water. I've come to find out, man. The heavens is a whole nother realm. If you can get up there, then shit different up there, man. That ain't like this, man. Seriously, even really in that water, the depth. Come on, man. You see what happened with that submarine when them folks try to get way down there? Didn't work. Got a bound that you can't cross. All right. You're not going to get to the bottom of the sea, man. You're not going to get up to the heights of the heavens, man, to explore the planets. Y'all can lie. It's easy to lie, say you did this and did that, man, but we not crazy. We'll be able to do that. We'll be able to see what them rings around them planets is, man. What is it, Saturn? I'm not too familiar with the name of the planets these days, man. That's something we learned in school and things like that. But yeah, man, I think Saturn is one of the ones that got rings around it, right? I think. But yeah, man, isn't that amazing? Like, what exactly are those rings, man? Like, what is that? Jupiter, Uranus, and those are just the ones that Esau can see. One thing he did say, there was like billions and billions of galaxies, man. This is what is called a Milky Way galaxy. There's some galaxies and galaxies and stars and planets, and we believe them to be dwelling places, or maybe these planets are what the Lord used to, like, it may be a planet just gold that grow the elements, man. That just has a particular element on this planet. One planet got gold, one planet got silver, one planet got precious jewels, man. Who knows? Again, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. I'm just thinking as a mere man right now, man. Trying to be spiritual, of course, but I don't know. And I love a good surprise. Don't you love a good surprise? We don't like the bad stuff now when shit come like all of a sudden. Not that type of surprise, man. Surprise, I got you with judgment. No, man. Oh, don't we love to be surprised, man, with goodly things, man? So that's beautiful. I'm glad the Lord didn't tell us. I want to be surprised. I want to be blown away. And I definitely, and I know you brothers agree with me, I want to see the tapes. The Lord got the tapes, man. You know what I mean? He got the tapes, man. That is to say, I want to see the whole story. I want to watch the whole movie from creation. All right. A brother was speaking. Oh man, a brother was speaking on a vision that he had, and he was talking about he seen what he believed to be Yahweh Shai and the hopeful elect. And I don't remember, 100%, but the whole point, one part of what he said I remember was he said, picture a kindergarten class. And of course, Yahweh Shai being the teacher's favorite, teacher's pet, if you will, but being a favorite, he's like, picture a kindergarten class. And this is about the creation of of what we see, the earth and the universe. He's like, picture a kindergarten class that the teacher being Yahweh. All right. And Yahweh Shai being the number one student, and the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 being the other students. All right. Having this class project, if you will. And the project was to create the universe and the earth. Imagine that. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. He saw that. He was like, it looked like a kindergarten class, man. And all of our, Lord willing, we was there with Yahweh Shai creating what we see today, the realms, principalities, all these things, man. First Yahweh Shai created his 144,000, and then they got down, buddy. They got down, buddy. Lord willing, we are part of that. Lord willing, we them. Lord willing, we are them. Hey, Yahweh Shai him. Lord willing, we them that was with him, man. Like that kindergarten class doing this project. Probably created our own wives. You know what I mean? Probably created them back then. I'm gonna just leave it at that, though. You know what I mean? Because I be thinking about stuff like that, man. We probably created all this, man. Oh, and that's beautiful, man. But isn't that like a beautiful vision that the Lord gives to brothers, man? Salakia, I thought I heard something, man. Yeah, man, but that kindergarten, the way he described it, I mean, if you just look it up, I think it's on the GMS testimonials page, yeah, find that one if y'all brothers haven't heard that beautiful vision that their brother had of Yahweh Shai and the hopeful elect creating the universe, man, the planets, it was like a kindergarten class that had a school project for Yahweh. Yahweh will be the teacher, Yahweh Shai will be the favorite, and then the rest of the 144,000, were the students, man. Very, very bright as well. Very, very, very intelligent as well, man. Not Yahweh Shai, but they got some power too. Make no mistake about it. But it's still all praises to Yahweh Shai, man. Until the Lord restores us in our perfection and our glory. And guess what? 2/3 of the nation of Israel are gonna worship us as well. They gonna praise us. It'll be Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah every time they see us with their head bowed. Hey, yeah, we're sorry. A brother had that vision as well, man. Of everlasting shame to, I believe he was talking about his wives, man, specifically. Yeah, he was talking about how his wives were just constantly saying, I'm sorry, forgive me, I'm sorry for how they treated us upon the earth, for cheating on us, committing adultery upon us, and dealing treacherous. So remember what the Lord said about counting this as dung, and that we're going to receive 100-fold for forsaking these things. Add it up with what the brothers are seeing. Add it up with what the scriptures say, man. All right, the things that we have to go without, easier said than done, because this is real and it's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be tough, man. Anything worth having is worth fighting for. That's why it is tough. It ain't easy to endure, my guy, and keep your head up and keep your integrity. Like let's say if you hungry, man, and you don't have no faith, it's real easy to get out there and get carnal and say, I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna just get a sword. I'm gonna just take it from, you know what I mean? I'll just go, and take it from some old lady. What's she gonna do? All right, but I'm not saying that's the way to behave. I'm just saying it's very, very easier said than done. But that's why we teach. This is a fight. This is a marathon. This is not easy. Hey, this ain't for the faint-hearted. That's why the Lord say this is for men. That's why you women can't serve the Lord, because you couldn't endure a day. You couldn't fast a day. Some of you motherfuckers in righteousness and prayer, in the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, you couldn't do a day. And I mean that, bro. It's a lot of people of this nation ain't did a day in true fasting. Yeah, sure, you probably have went a day without food for whatever reason, but it ain't been for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It ain't been in true righteousness, because if you're fasting and you're calling upon Jesus, Salak Yabanaw Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai had to say it. If you calling upon, these idols, it ain't no truth in that. Truth at this point, especially, man, since the prophets are out on the scene and you call yourself a believer, you're fearful towards the God of the Bible, the God of Jacob, Israel, then you probably would receive the names if you was really meant to. All right. So if the Lord still has you in idolatry, I don't know what to tell you, man. This epistle, I got a lot of precepts, man, but I'm just going through the spirit, man. I don't want it to be too long, because I know how Jake attention span is. I'm the same way. So let me get a couple more precepts and I'll leave it at that. Let's go to the book of Galatians. But that's the spirit, man. I thought this was going to be a quick one, man, and it is going. This is Galatians 1 and 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Hamashiach unto another gospel, all right, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Hamashiach, man. So I brought this out, and let me go on. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. So for anybody that has taught us lies about, the angel babies and the wings and the harps, and our grandmothers is looking down upon us, watching over us, man, these are lies, bro. You're gonna be accursed if you don't teach the correct good news, man. If you don't tell the people the entire truth, man, we have to eat the whole roll, as the scripture said, man. So you got to teach the people the truth, man. Some of it is, a lot of it's good, and a lot of it's bad, man. But we can't lie to the people and say there's not going to be Jacob's trouble, just because it's going to be rough for all of us. Motherfuckers, when we say this, do you not know that we're gonna be here too? If the Lord don't take us off the earth, of course, we're gonna be here too, man. During Jacob's trouble, we're saying we're gonna be in dire straits, man. I can probably bet my bottom dollar that even me, so call, all right, am not gonna ride out the great tribulation in the comfort and the privacy of this dwelling place that I'm in right now, this house. All right, somehow, some way, I'm gonna have to get up out of here and show forth faith, man. The household as well, man. All right, so when we say Jacob's trouble, don't think that we're saying, hey, we're not gonna be in. We're gonna go through it. We're not going around it. We're going straight through it, through the straight gate with faith towards Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So, man, I'm still going. The book of Luke, chapter 12. So, 12. And I might leave it off at this. We'll see. In verse 40. Be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not. Matthew. 25 and verse 13. Watch ye therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. So we have to stay on our watch. And if you're not a literal watchman, then you need to be inquiring, to those watchmen, listening to them. All right, working out your own salvation through fear and trembling, because the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. If you're not watching, the Lord is in fact going to come as a thief in the night. Same thing. I was talking about my baby mama with the World War III rumors, man. Oh yeah, I kind of left that out, but man, she was talking about, when I talked to her, she's like, with a very haughty spirit, you know what I mean? Oh, he ain't going in the military. Now, we don't really advise through wisdom, you Israelites going into the military, but her reason was just some made up BS, man. Something that she don't know. Now, again, if the prophets tell you it's a World War III on the rise, you don't want to listen. But if social media, because that's what she told me. All right. Oh, he's not going in World War III. Oh, it's World War III. It's World War III. And I'm just like, wow. Where'd you get that from? Yeah, social media. Now, so the real World War III, guess what? If you're not watching, and she is not watching, just like the majority of our people not watching, man. They just get it via social media. World War III is gonna come as a thief in the night, as well as the literal second coming of Yahweh Shai. When he comes, with that host of holy angels and those chariots, man, innumerable, huge chariot that you can't see from one end to the other. Yeah, that's going to come as a thief as well. But hey, the whole point really is these events are going to come as a thief. That these events that precede the Lord's second coming, all right, is going to come as a thief for those who aren't watching. If we're on watch, man, the thief can't come. And it's plenty of us, man. It's like we got a house and we got nothing but strong men on watch, man. The thief can't come. It's too many of us. All right, and we're on watch, man. We're literally waiting for y'all to try something, man. But that's not like the 2/3, man. 2/3 is too busy settled on their leads. They're too busy chasing the bad. They're too busy, being whores, being adulterers, whoremongers, whatever it is that's against Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And they're gonna be dealt with, man. But through the Spirit, I'll leave it at that. And if the Spirit want me, because I got another half to this about where we're going, but I don't want this epistle to be too long. But I pray it be edifying, motivating, especially you brothers check out them testimonial page and the GMS testimony page, man. It'll keep you motivated when you're down in the spirit, man. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Till next time, shalom.